Welcome back to Moonkin Stitchery. My name is Crystal, and today I am going to be quilting out some flying geese. Here is the quilting pattern I came up with today. The main print will be some straight line ruler work to accentuate the flying geese's direction, and the background fabrics, which are just a scrappy mix of white fabrics, will be quilted in this large bubbly feather. So first up, I am going to be quilting only the focus fabric prints within the row. And then I'm going to start in the bottom corner and using a long arm straight edge ruler, I will first stitch in the ditch around the flying geese, and I will start by moving towards the right. Then I'll move to the top of the point. And lastly, make my way back down to where I began. I will then move in about 1 inch and start making my way up to the point about 1 inch away from the edge. Then I will make my way back down. Now I will repeat this step, but in reverse, but a 1/4 inch in on the inside instead. And lastly, add another 1/4 inch in on the inside. Using the long arm ruler to help guide me, I am now going to be filling in the triangle area with vertical lines up and down. They will be spaced about a 1/4 inch apart, give or take, but I'm just going to be filling it in. Next, I will travel to the edge of the flying geese where we started, and now work my way filling in the area with more vertical lines moving towards the point of the flying geese. Then filling my way back down. You should now end up at the left-hand point of the flying geese to your right. Now you are at the start of your next flying geese, and I will go ahead and repeat these steps, and I'll speed up the video as well just so you can see how I am starting to move across the quilt. Currently I am only focusing on just quilting out the flying geese. Once I have quilted the flying geese within the row, I will then come back and fill in the background areas. While I am quilting this out, I will tell you a little bit about this quilt. I made this quilt in a crib size with leftover scraps from this fabric collection in order to practice my free motion quilting skills. If you have been following my Moonkin Stitchery podcast, you would have heard that I have been a long arm quilter for many years, but sadly my previous machines wouldn't allow me to free motion quilt freely. But since I do now have a fantastic Bernina Q24 machines, I am now able to free motion quilt my quilts. So it feels like I am starting all over again in my quilting journey, but I'm excited. And currently, all of my practice quilts end up becoming something that I will still use to this day. I hate wasting fabric, so I always turn my practice quilts into something useful. Now, I have made myself a king-size bed quilt in this same fabric collection for our bedroom, and since I had some scraps left over, I went ahead and made 2 small crib-sized quilts for my dogs. I am a huge dog lover, and I do make my dogs quilts too. And since this is a practice piece, I will only mind just a little bit if they accidentally ruin it. If you are now starting your long arm quilting journey, just keep practicing. You can honestly never practice too much. Also, if you're thinking there is no way you would practice on a quilt top like I am doing, you can always find something for your practice scraps. You can also gift your practice pieces to family members. Usually they will not mind. Or if you're feeling very generous, you can always gift your practice pieces to women's shelters, animal shelters, nursing homes, etc. You'll just have to call and ask around if they would accept these certain types of items. Now that I have finished quilting out the flying geese, I am now going to be working backwards and quilting the background area with a feather filler. For the edge, I will start by making a curve to the top point of the background fabric. Then I will slowly curve towards the left and create my second feather. Now you can either backtrack over the line you just created, or if you struggle with backtracking, you can cheat like me and go either on the inside of the feather or the outside of the feather that you just created and mimic the shape until you've hit the area where you want to start your third feather. After you've finished your third feather, I will then bounce right back out to create the fourth and just keep repeating until I've filled in the block. Next, I will travel to the left where my next empty background space is, which for this design I do prefer to start in the middle. So I am just going to adjust the camera so you can see it a little bit clearer. I will then start by quilting my first large oval-ish shape feather, and then I will curve my way to the right side, filling in the area to the right first, then making my way back to the left, and then filling in the left side with more feathers. Now I will quilt it out slowly so you can see how I move across this block for you. And And remember, if you are not great at backtracking on your feathers, you can just create this little cheat hack by going above or below, whichever you prefer, until you've hit the point for your next feather. Then you can always say it's a little design choice and you wanted to give your feathers a little bit of pizzazz. Trust me, I won't tell anyone. I do it all the time. Now that the block is complete, I am just going to once again travel to the left until I hit the center and repeat the steps below, and that's it. I will now go ahead and speed up the rest of the video so you can see me move across the quilt. But if you could, please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can be notified for your next fun project. Also, leave a comment down below of what other types of quilting you would like to see me quilted out.